Welcome. I am Advocate Bhagyashree Bhosle, working as a lecturer in Sri Pancham Khemraj Law College, Sawantwadi. In today's lecture, we shall discuss about the alternate dispute resolution and various methods or types of alternate dispute resolution. Indian judiciary is one of the oldest judicial system, but nowadays it is also well known fact that Indian judiciary is becoming inefficient to deal with the pending cases. Indian courts are clogged with the long unsettled cases. The scenario is that even after setting up more than thousands of fast track courts that already settled millions of cases, the problem is far from being solved. Pending cases are still piling up. To deal with such a situation, alternate dispute resolution can be helpful mechanism to resolve a conflict in a peaceful manner where the outcome is accepted by the both parties. One of the most important feature of the alternate dispute resolution is it resolve dispute in a cost in effective manner in a less time consuming and produce the desired result. Arbitration is defined as an agreement by the parties to refer the arbitration all or a sum of a dispute which have arisen or will arise on a future date between them with reference to a defined legal relationship, whether a contractual or a not. The concept of a alternate dispute resolution mechanism is capable of providing a substitute to the conventional method of resolving dispute. We can say ADR in a short to alternate dispute resolution. ADR offers to resolve all type of a matter including civil, commercial, industrial and family etc. Where people are not being able to start any type of a negotiation and reach the settlement. Generally, the alternate dispute resolution uses neutral third party who helps the party to communicate, discuss the differences and resolve the dispute. It is a method which enables the individual and the group to maintain a cooperation, social order and provide the opportunity to reduce the hostility. Importance of a alternate dispute resolution in India is very much. To deal with the situation of a pendency of the cases in a court of India, alternate dispute resolution means ADR plays a significant role in India by its diverse techniques. Alternate dispute resolution mechanism provide the scientifically developed techniques to the Indian judiciary which help in reducing the burden of the court. ADR provide the various modes of a settlement including arbitration, conciliation, mediation, negotiation and lok adalat. Here, negotiation means self-counseling between the parties to resolve their dispute, but it does not have any statutory recognition in India. ADR means alternate dispute resolution is also founded on such a fundamental rights Article 14 and Article 21 which deal with the equality before law and right to life and personal liberty respectively. ADR's motive is to provide the social, economic and political justice and maintain the integrity in the society enshrined in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. Alternate dispute resolution also strive to achieve the equal justice and free legal aid provided under Article 39A to the directive principle of a state policy under the Indian Constitution. Then we shall see the few important provisions relating to alternate dispute resolution in a various laws or a statute in India. Section 89 of a Civil Procedure Code 1908 provide that the opportunity to the people if it appears to court that there exists an element of a settlement outside the court, then court formulate the term of the possible settlement and refer the same for the arbitration, conciliation, mediation or the lok adalat. The act which deal with the alternate dispute resolution are Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Then the Legal Service Authority Act 1987 is also one of the important. Act providing ADR facilities to the clients. Advantages, then we shall see the advantages of the alternate dispute resolution system. It is a less time consuming. People resolve the dispute in a short period as compared to the court. Then another important advantage of a ADR is a cost effective method. It save lot of money if one undergoes in a litigation process. It is a free from technicalities of the court. Here informal ways are applied in a resolving the dispute. People are free to express themselves without any fear of the court of law. They can reveal the true fact without disclosing it to the any court. Efficient way. There are always a chance of a restoring relationship back to the parties, back as the parties discuss their issue together on the same platform. It prevents further conflict and maintain the good relationship between the parties. It prevents the best interest of the parties. Then we shall see the various modes of a alternate dispute resolution in a short. First of all, arbitration. The process of arbitration cannot exist without the valid arbitration agreement prior to the emergence of the dispute. In this technique of the resolution, parties refer the dispute to one or more person called the arbitrator. Decision of the arbitrator is bound on a parties and their decision is called as an award. The object of arbitration is to obtain fair settlement of a dispute outside the court without necessary delay and expenses. Any party to contract where arbitration clause is there can invoke the arbitration clause either himself or through their authorized agent, which refer the dispute directly to the arbitration as per the arbitration clause. Here arbitration clause means a clause that mention the course of action, the language, number of arbitrators, seat or a legal place of the arbitration to be taken place in the event of a dispute arising out between the parties. Then we shall see the what is a procedure to be followed once the arbitration clause is invoked. Initially, applicant initiate an arbitration by filing a statement of a claim that specifies the relevant facts and remedies. Application must include the certified copy of the arbitration agreement. Statement of a claim is a written document filed in a court or a tribunal for a judicial determination, and a copy also sent to the defendant in which the claimant describes the fact in support of his case and the relief he seeks from the defendant. The respondent reply to the arbitration by filing an answer against the arbitration claim of the claimant that specifies the relevant facts and available defenses to the settlement of a claim. Arbitration selection is a process in which a party receives the list of potential arbitrators and select the panel to hear their case. There is an exchange of a document and information in preparation for the hearing called the discovery. The party meet in a person to conduct the hearing in which the parties present the argument and evidences in support of their respective cases. After the witness examine the evidence are presented, then there is a conclusion. Arbitrator gives an award which is binding on each party. Now the proceeding vary with the arbitration agreement. For example, there could be a timeline which must be followed. The timeline would be the stipulated in a agreement. Section 8 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 provide if any party disrespect the arbiter agreement and instead of moving to arbitration move that the suit to civil court, other party can apply to the court for referring the matter to arbitration tribunal as per the agreement, but not later the submission of a first statement. The application must include a certified copy of the arbitration agreement, and if the court satisfied with it, the matter will be referred to the arbitration. Then second important alternate dispute resolution type is a mediation. Mediation is an alternate dispute resolution where a third neutral party aims to assist two or more disputants in reaching the agreement. It is an easy and uncomplicated party-centered negotiation process where the third party acts as a mediator to resolve the dispute amicably by giving appropriate communication and negotiation techniques. The process is totally controlled by the parties. Mediator works just as to facilitate the parties to reach the settlement of their dispute. Mediator does not impose his view and make no decision about what is a fair settlement should be. The process of a mediation work in a various stages. These are opening statement, joint session, separate session and a closing. At the commencement of a mediation process, the mediator shall ensure the parties and their counsel should be present. Initially, in the opening statement, he furnished all the information about the appointment and declares he does not have any connection with either party and he has no interest in a dispute. In the joint session, he gathered all the information, understand the facts and issues about the dispute by inviting both the party to present their case and put forward their perspective without any interruption. In this session, mediator tries to encourage and promote the communication and manage the interruption and outburst by the parties. Next is a separate session where he tries to understand the dispute at a deeper level, gather the specific information by talking with both of the parties in a confidence separately. Mediator asks a frequent question on a fact and discuss the strength and weaknesses to the parties of their respective cases. After hearing both the side, mediators start the formulating issues for a resolution and creating options for settlement. In the case of a failure to reach any agreement through the negotiation in a mediator discusses the perspective of the parties about the possible outcome at a litigation. It is also helpful for the mediator to work with the parties and their advocate to outcome to a proper understanding of the best, worst and most probable outcome to the dispute through the litigation, as that would help the parties to acknowledge the reality and prepare the realistic, logical and workable proposals. Then we shall see another important type of ADR is a conciliation. Conciliation is a form of arbitration, but it is a less formal in nature. It is the process of a facilitating an amicable resolution between the parties, where the parties to the dispute use a conciliator who meet the parties separately to settle their disputes. Conciliator meets separately to lower the tension between the parties, improving the communication, interpreting the issues to bring about the negotiable settlement. There is no need of a prior agreement and cannot be forced on a party who is not intending for the conciliation. It is a different form of arbitration in a way. Actually, it is not possible for the parties to enter into the conciliation agreement before the dispute has arisen. It is clear in the section 62 of the Arbitration and Conciliation 1996, which provide the party initiating the conciliation shall send to other party a written invitation to conciliate under this part, briefly identifying the subject of a dispute. Conciliation proceeding shall commence when the other party accept in writing the invitation to conciliate. If other party reject the invitation, there will be no conciliation proceeding. The above provision clearly state that the conciliation agreement should be an extemporary agreement entered into after the dispute has, but not before. Parties are also permitted to engage in a conciliation process even while the arbitral proceeding are on. And then last important type of arbitration is a Lok Adalat. Lok Adalat is called as a people's court, presided over by a sitting or a retired judicial officer, social activist or a member of a legal profession as a chairman. The National Legal Service Authority means NALSA along with other legal services institutions conduct the Lok Adalat on a regular interval for exercising such a jurisdiction. Any case pending in the regular court or any dispute which has not been brought before any court of law can be referred to the Lok Adalat. There is no court fee and rigid procedure followed, which make the process fast. If any matter pending in a court referred to the Lok Adalat and is settled subsequently, the court fee originally paid in a court when petition filed is also refunded back to the parties. Parties is in a direct interaction with the judges, which is not possible in a regular court. It depends on the parties. If both the party agree on the case, long pending in the regular court can be transferred to the Lok Adalat. The person deciding the cases have the role of a statutory conciliators. Only they can persuade the party to come to the conclusion for settling the dispute outside the regular court in a Lok Adalat. Legal Services Authority, whether may be State Legal Service Authority or a District Service Authority, as the case may be, on a receipt of an application from one of the parties at the pre-litigation stage may refer such a matter to the Lok Adalat. Such a notice would then be issued to the other party. Lok Adalat do not have a jurisdiction to deal with the cases of a non-compoundable offences. In this way, in today's lecture, we discuss about the various modes or various types of alternate dispute resolution process in India. Thank you very much.